All right, this is your mask. It's a super simple pattern. You can find the instructions in the Google Classroom Drive. I'm going to try to make this as painless as possible and hopefully get this in just a few takes. Right here we have our two pattern pieces. There's a front and a back, or an inside and an outside. You're going to want to cut out two of each. So right here I've got my fabric right sides together. I'm neatening up the outside of it, and there you have it, right sides together. Set that to the side. Here's your interior piece or your lining for your mask. I'm going to lay this out and simply cut around the outside of the pattern. You can find this pattern again in the Google Classroom, or you can download any of them online. Here we are. You should have ironed your fabric. I did not iron this fabric. Shame on me. Now you're going to take it to your machine. You're going to start at the bottom of the piece and you're going to back tack just a little bit. Remember, that's going forward and back, and you're going to do that right at the end. Machine basics are covered. Remember, there are many things you can do to mess up a machine, but very seldom is it permanent. Here we go, moving with the outside of it right now. Checking to make sure, yes, right sides are together. As with most things, we do sew it together, right sides together. Putting our foot down, forward, back, and finishing up that lovely curve. We're keeping about a 1/4 inch to a half, about a 1/2 inch seam allowance on these. There you see it. Oh, right here. My bobbin ran out, so I had to actually wind my bobbin here, and you can see me doing that. I vogued with it a little. It's a lot of fun. All right, thread your machine. Hopefully you have a vintage machine. If you do not, I feel bad for you. I really do. All right, make sure you have your glasses on for this part. Here we go. Now I have my two pieces. I'm going to put them together, right sides together, with that seam that I put on each, right in the middle. Now this part is important. I'm going to fold over the inner part about a 1/2 inch right there. So again, starting and forward and back around the top, right over that nose piece. We are going to nest those seams together, and I'll put a link in to show you how to do that. And then coming down to the end, this is a part I want you to look at rather closely because it's going to make it good. Do you see how I angled down both sides there? That's going to make things run the way you want to. So let's do the bottom part of our mask now. Again, making sure that's folded over about a 1/2 inch. You can iron, you can pin, you can do a whole bunch of extra work, but realistically, you're going to be making so many of these that you don't want to do that. Here on the bottom seam, I am doing the same thing that I did on the top. I've got that 1/2 inch and also just a little bit angled in. I'm going to show you that right here. Oh, actually, I'm going to show you cutting the curves. Clipping your curves is one way to make sure things lay flat, and you want them to do that. There we have that angle that I was talking about, and snip, snip, snip. You want to cut your seam allowance, but not to the stitching. If you cut to your stitching, it's going to fall, well, you're going to have a hole there, and you don't want that. So I've just trimmed those. Now I'm going to turn my item inside out, or outside in, I don't know, inside out. There we have it. And I'm going to leave those tails there and flip, and check that out. Looks good, doesn't it? And wait for it. There it goes again. I'm going to enclose that folded over part in there, neaten that up a bit. And now you see how nice that is. Again, going forward and back right there at the end, and forward and back right at the end there. That keeps my stitches nice and secure. Trimming off all my threads. I had a teacher that used to take off a point for every thread that she saw loose on my items. I went from an A to a C on my final project. Okay, it probably wouldn't have been an A anyway. It was kind of rough looking. Here we go. Going to do the same thing on this side. Flip it over, and I am leaving a little bit of a casing there, and you're going to see why here in just a moment. Forward, back, and forward, back. Snip all those threads. Remember, each one's worth a point off your thing. Oh, guess what I did with this? Here we go. I completely messed up because I got a wrinkle in the outside of it. I could have left it because really, it's not going to matter. You're going to be making so many. It isn't. But I'm trying to do good work here, so I had to get my seam ripper out and fix it. I do have a fancy seam ripper, and it does make me feel better about when I mess things up. Here we are. Now I've fixed it. I'm making sure that the outside is smooth. And forward, back, down I go, forward, back, and now we have something that looks closer to perfect. You'll notice I do have a lot of loose threads all over the place, making sure that they are off, and it looks good. Oh, look at that. It's gorgeous. But we do need to go ahead and put a string into it. So I have my bodkin. On this case, I'm using a safety pin for my bodkin. I'm going to take it through that casing from the top to the bottom, and now from the bottom to the top. You got them. All right. Look at that. It's beautiful. I'm going to go ahead, take my safety pin out, put that back in my case, and tie a knot at the end of each one. Why? I don't know. It looks pretty. I tend not to lose it as much. Now I have a beautiful mask. It folds over neat, and it's gorgeous. Thank you very much. Make sure you show me what your project looks like.